There's something that I've realized about myself, and that's I'm not really an easy person to get to know. There are so many reasons that's the case, and if I were to list them all, this video would be 10 minutes long if they were just scrolling through. What I've come to realize is that being a hard guy to get to know is more of a hindrance than it is a help. Maybe it's not a hindrance in everyday life, but it certainly is a hindrance in what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to transform myself into a hero that people can be inspired by, but know nothing about my failures, my successes, and how I got here. And I should know better. You don't end up caring about characters that you know nothing about. So in an effort to be a character that you love and a hero that you root for, I have to open up. Opening up and doing this is going to be harder than any of the other goals that I have in mind combined. And a lot of that's because it really scares me. But then again, that's where a lot of the real growth happens, when you're scared and you push past that boundary, be brave and do the thing you don't want to do. You grow from that. The hard question now is, where do I start? Do I begin at the beginning when I was born, or do I begin with my first girlfriend, or do I begin where do you start the story of you? Let's start with my name, Arc Crow. The Arc part is easy to explain. Those are my initials, and they're also the initials of my two boys, even though one of them doesn't have the same last name as me. Sometimes the world is fun, and it hands you little things like that to see if you're paying attention. They're also the initials of my grandpa. I've always really enjoyed that my initials end up spelling a word. And back in grade school, when you used to make cards and stuff for your mom and your grandma, that kind of thing, I'd always, on the back, put Arc Inc. I didn't know anything about trademarks or branding at the time. I just thought it was cool. I certainly didn't know what Incorporated meant. I was mostly influenced by Kids Incorporated, the home of my first celebrity crush. Now on to the second half, the crow part. The crow part is kind of also simple. It is simply my favorite animal. I know it's not necessarily a popular favorite animal, but it's mine. Okay? I know it's not one of those exciting animals that people like to associate themselves with, like bears or lions or wolves, but this is me. This is more my speed. Crows are pretty interesting birds if you take the time to actually learn about them. And crows kind of fit in pretty much with the aesthetic that I enjoy and try to perpetuate for myself. They're incredibly smart and incredibly social birds, although most people don't think of them that way. Just with those two things, they already kind of sound like me, don't they? It also certainly doesn't hurt that there's a hero with the Crow moniker. And back in the day when Brandon Lee, the person who I most wanted to be at the time, starred as the Crow, that was something easy for me to fall in love with and sent me down a whole rabbit hole of the mythology behind the bird that I tend to like so much. But I'm gonna have to stop myself right now before I start another hero profile on Brandon Lee or the Crow or the bird in general. I'm trying to talk about myself here for once. Let's get back to the name. A long time ago, back when the internet was still in its relative infancy, you had to come up with a screen name. You really didn't want to end up with an unfortunate one like Hunterman X Eagleman 1994. So I typed in my initials and my favorite animal. Lo and behold, I got it. And it seems to be the case that usually when I go somewhere, I can get that screen name. That happens to be one of the perks of having a somewhat unique favorite animal. And that kind of ends up being all there is to say about that. To be honest, that wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we're going to do more of these. But this isn't just a one-way street. I need to know what you want to know. Let me know down in the comments. And I don't just mean let me know what you want to know about me. Let me know what you want me to know about you. Like I said, this isn't just a one-way street. I want to know about you guys as well. How'd you pick your screen name? What was your first celebrity crush? What's a character that inspired you? Let me know everything down in the comments. I'm excited to find out what you have to say. Stick with me, Rebels. We can do this. Please remember to share, click like, and comment down below in the doobly-doo, because all that stuff really helps me. If you're not sure what to comment, just answer the question of the day. As does subscribing to the channel and clicking and getting notified. These are free things, people, and who doesn't like free? It also helps you because that way you don't miss any of my videos. The links on the screen and in the description to other videos,